Hello and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain and I'm your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 7-day-a-week, 7 Minutes of Wisdom podcast. This is day 232 of our trek and we are continuing on our current trek, which is called Your Life Plan Blueprint. Just like our trek through life, we are making slow but resolute progress, learning how to integrate your life plan with effective goals and objectives. We are hiking the trail of the 10 key principles or stepping stones for setting goals. So far, we've explored the first 4 goal-setting principles, which are: number 1, ensure congruency with your life purpose. 2, ensure that your purpose represents your will of life. 3, understand your motivations. And 4, identify your objective goal first, then your activity goals. Today, we will continue with the next 3 key principles, which are very important for setting and achieving effective goals and the creation of your life plan. These 10 principles are part of the establish phase, of which we refer to as our WESPER framework, which stands for Wisdom, Establish, Strategy, Planning, Execution, and Review. As we navigate through this process, I am assembling the daily journals of this series on your life plan blueprint, which I will release as a downloadable course or workbook for your use. I will let you know when I have that completed. If you do have any questions or would like additional information as we go through our daily trek, leave comments at wisdom-trek.com or email me at guthrie@venturecg.com. Your life plan blueprint spans many days, and the concepts build on each other as we climb toward the summit. If you do miss any of the days of our Wisdom Trek episodes, please go to wisdom-trek.com to listen to them and also read the daily journal. We are recording our podcast from our studios at the Big House in Marietta, Ohio. It's been a windy and cold day today, and you might hear the wind chimes in the background as their music is continuing to play. On Sunday, I had the privilege of speaking at the morning service at Putnam Congregational Church. I spoke on how life is like brewing coffee. There are certain steps that need to be taken to brew a great cup of coffee. In the same manner, there are certain steps that we need to take in order to create a great life. If you'd like to hear this information, listen to day 104 of our Wisdom Trek. This week is a busy week of client work and meetings. Also, we need to process tax information for several of our clients within the next couple of weeks. In addition to that, hopefully I'll also be able to get started on the woodwork and the floors within the big house. One thing for sure, though, is that we will make it a great week. For today, let's head out on our trail for day 13 of our Wisdom Trek life plan process, which we refer to as your life plan blueprint. Let's begin today with another question. Based on yesterday's hike, are you clear on the difference between an objective goal and an activity goal? If not, please listen to day 231 or read the daily journal to gain the full concept. As a quick recap, an example of the objective goal is your long-range 7-year goal, which gives you a destination or target in each of the 7 areas of your life. This becomes the basis of your life plan. Activity goals, on the other hand, are steps or tasks that we need to perform today, this week, this month, and this year to reach our 7-year objective goal. A couple of the objective goals that we should all pursue are taken from the scriptures. One is 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 1, let love be your highest goal. And the second is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 11, make it your goal to live a quiet life, minding your own business and working with your hands, just as we instructed you before. With this in mind, let us move on to the next 3 key principles that are crucial when establishing goals. Number 5 is plan for the B3 goals, and that's B to the 3rd power. The B3 is a big, bold, and brave goal that is so visionary and ambitious that you'll have people saying, wow, and telling you that you might be nuts when you share it with them. B3 goals move you out of your comfort zone and are great for personal growth. B3 goal pursuits require that you take an entirely different set of thinking and strategy rather than a normal goal. They stretch you to levels you were previously not aware of. They are paradigm-changing goals. B3 goals are particularly important when you are setting objective goals. You will typically factor in many considerations as you're setting your goals and could end up with some half-baked goals in the name of realism and practicality. But I don't want you to do that. When you allow these considerations to be factored in, they're just noise. They are irrelevant at this goal-setting stage. Focus purely on what you want and not on how you'll be able to do it. The how part will come in our later steps of the WESPER framework. Your B3 goal should be big, challenging, and motivating to you all at the same time. Be bold, but challenging, realistic. Setting small goals which don't inspire you or setting goals which are too big will discourage you and defeat your purpose. The 6th key principle is be specific about your goal. Be very specific about what you want, especially on activity goals. The more specific you are, the better guided you are in your goal pursuit. Some guiding questions that you can use may include, what do you want to accomplish at the end point? What is the exact end output that you are expecting? What is the time frame that you are setting for this goal? Ambiguous goals lead to ambiguous results. Imagine trying to shoot at a target that did not have any markings on it. How can you aim when you do not even know what the target is? When your endpoint is clearly marked out, you have a clear target to focus on. And the seventh key principle is to make your goals measurable. This principle applies specifically to activity goals rather than objective goals, since objective goals are meant to be a continuous direction to pursue. And to review this, see Wisdom Trek Day 231. For your activity goals to be effective, they do need to be measurable. They should come with both a deadline and a value that you can measure against. These will be your success criteria when you're evaluating your performance on these goals. For example, if it is your goal to meditate or pray every day, your measurable step may be to get up 5 minutes earlier each day to cultivate the habit of meditating up to 30 minutes every morning by a certain but specific date. As another example, if your activity goal is to lose weight, your measurable step may be to lose 20 pounds by a specific or certain date, and make sure that you set those dates. But for tasks that are qualitative, find ways to assess it. Let's say that your goal is to be more confident. Now that's hard to measure, but one way that you might make it measurable is to set a target for how many times that you'll force yourself out of your comfort zone in a day and speak up when you would have otherwise not said anything. Another example of your goal may be to be more disciplined. That in itself is too vague. You can attach it to an activity that you want to achieve, such as waking up at 6 a.m. to focus on self-improvement through disciplined tasks. It is then that you'll have measurable steps toward your success rate of performing the task. As we explore the 10 principles for establishing goals within our WESPER framework, you are learning the keys to set effective goals within your life plan which fulfill your life purpose. This framework integrates into our concept of Wisdom Trek as we look at life as a trek where we take one step at a time. Tomorrow we will continue to dig up these precious nuggets of wisdom as we establish meaningful and realistic goals in the 7 areas of which your life plan is based on. And this is within the 6-step WESPER framework. So encourage your family and friends to join us and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, Creating a Legacy. That will finish our podcast for today. As you enjoy these daily doses of wisdom, I encourage you to help us promote Wisdom Trek in the following 4 ways. Number 1, leave us feedback on the podcast at wisdom-trek.com so that we can continually improve. Second, on your smartphone, subscribe to iTunes, Google Play, Spreaker, SoundCloud, or Stitcher so that the podcast will be downloaded to you each day. Third, on your computer, or if you have an iPhone and iPad, leave us a rating and review at iTunes. This will help to promote Wisdom Trek. Fourth, and the most important, please share Wisdom Trek with your family and friends through email, Facebook, Twitter, or when you meet with them in person and invite them to come along with us each day. The journal for today's trek can be found at wisdom-trek.com. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I do consider you my friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. As we take this trek together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.